Give me 2 seconds. 1 second. 1 moment. I gotta go grab the music. I don't play it automatically. I go grab the music. Blasting. There we go. Cozy vibe time. Hello! Happy Wednesday. Sorry, today has been a bit of a day, hasn't it? Today's been a day because the weather has been wacky, for lack of better wording. Excuse me. The weather has been wacky today. We had some really nice summery, like late spring kind of weather where it was like 70 degrees. And today, it went down to cold. It was windy. It was snowing, and we had sleet. We had a thunderstorm all at once today. It was a weird mixture. Nothing that made it stick or slippery, but it was just like that was a weather experience that I had to go through. That was quite the weather experience. I might need to tone that up a little bit. I need to tone that up. There we go. I think that'll do. Not too loud. That might be still a little loud. Hang on. I'm never good with the volume controls, I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm not very good with my volume controls. Oh, but I hope everyone is having at least a semi-nice-ish day. All things considered, Wednesdays always feel like the worst kind of days. My cat is yowling, because of course she always does the moment I start streaming. Hello! Hi! Oh. My cat is officially yowling because of course she does the moment I start streaming. Okay. It's Wednesday. Wednesdays are always the drag, but hey, you guys we got over the middle of the week. That's at least a good thing. We can proudly say we got over the middle of the week, which is always the hardest. I got my Aventurine plushie in my hand. I know, but hey, you're the one who always wants out the moment I start streaming, you silly girl. Sorry, talking to my kitty. Let's see if I can get her to coax her to come over here and kind of chill. Oh, she's quite adamant about being by the door. Yeah. I call it hump day. I call it, oh. Itchy on the nose. Itchy nose. No, I wasn't talking to Aventurine, no. I was talking to my actual cat. Listen. I might have a bunch of Aventurine stuff, but I promise I was talking to my cat. Oh yeah, this was brought up as a fun thing. To hide the yippee tureen around whenever I have just chatting streams, it's we're gonna be hiding yippee tureen somewhere in the background. I think the problem is he sticks out so much like a sore thumb, he's too obvious. But he's just outside, he's outside touching grass, he's being a good little thing. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. 1 second. Let me go handle my cat for a second. Hang on, 1 second. Let me go let my actual cat out. I swear to God. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Cat has been handled. She is now outside my office. I swear, I need to get like one of those. If I ever get a new place, I need to get one of those little cat doors. That way she can come in and out whenever she wants, and I don't have to worry about physically getting up and handling it. Anyway. But yeah. Happy Wednesday, happy tea time day, everybody. For those who are not in the know, Sorceress Tea Time is the bi-weekly Zatsu stream. Well, it's more like the just chatting stream. So we just kind of sit here, we vibe for a little while, and then that's all we really do today. We sit, we talk, we vibe, you listen to me yap until I'm run out of breath. Which is, which takes approximately like 2 hours. What's on the to-do list today? What is on the list today? What is on the list today? I have a few stories. Then we might just end up devolving into Dungeons and Dragons and tabletop talk again, because that's just been the norm for my hyperfixations lately. But first and foremost, I miscalculated Mighty's release date! I miscalculated Mighty's release date! He came out literally today, and I'm just like, oh no! I was actually gonna share some highlights of the campaign, yeah. Don't worry. I swear, one day, I will... No, I miscalculated the time, because usually I like to schedule my streams, like, the week before, and then I just, like... I logged in today to do some stuff, and then I saw that Treebee's banner was literally ending in 6 hours, and I was just like, oh. I see. Oh. It's fine. One day we'll get back to day oneing again. But most of my polls have been like off day ones anyway, so it's not like it's not like a huge unknown. Yeah. But yeah, I have like, we're not very far into the D&D campaign, by the way, but I can share like a little bit more of my experience, because because it is technically my first ever campaign I've been in. But yeah, so first and foremost, for Honkai Star Rail players out there, happy Mighty Day! May your polls be blessed by the sorceress who has never won her 50/50s, with the exception of Aventurine. I'm still mad about the Aglaia polls, by the way. I'm still absolutely livid over that first 10 pull that shined so brightly. I have cursed the rolls. It's fine. Ooh, nice. But yeah, it was nasty. It was just like I'm still mad about the Aglaia, because the Aglaia had come in with a possibility of releasing first, and of course then Japar decided to come in and ruin the party. Lucky dice, one curse one. Oh, that's cute. I'm sorry, Bubba. I'm sorry if I cursed your rolls. I'm sorry, Bubba. I'm sorry if I cursed anybody's rolls. I'm sorry if I have cursed your rolls with the yippee from a yippee tree. I don't know if that would help. Oh god, not the Will Wheaton dice curse. No. Oh god. I remember that. Okay. Before I start devolving into D&D speak, let me talk to you about my creative experience that I've been having thus far. Because I really don't have much to talk about this week. There's nothing that's been really spectacular that's gone on, other than the fact that I am just going to also remind you, as an IRL thing, I am not going to be here, the 18th of April. So I will be gone for a little bit. I'll be gone for a weekend. So you guys are going to be on your own. You guys better be on your best behavior. I will know if you're not. I have eyes everywhere. But yeah, other than that, I've got really nothing like to speak of schedule-wise yet. Other than I know we are going to definitely be doing Mighty Pulls on Wednesday. I might kind of switch around just for a brief bit before we get back into the Phoenix Wright case of case number 5. I'll see what comes up. I might do something that's kind of like chill vibey or something before we do Mighty Pulls. Anyway. But yeah, we might do kind of more or less the same schedule, semi the same schedule, because I always forget that tea time is usually like every other Wednesday. That's about it. Mighty Pulls. Mighty is mighty after all. But yeah, anyhow. Creatively, everyone knows that I've been talking a lot about resin 3D printing lately. So something really interesting happened over the course of last weekend. So slightly, you'll never find the Baba. Keep all that Minecraft talk, you know, in Minecraft, you know. Yeah, but yeah, my resin 3D printing journey has been a bit of a weird one. So for those that do not know, I can be a very, very impulsive person who tends to think, okay, I can literally mess with this like right out of the bag. I learned the hard way, you cannot. So I've learned a very, very valuable lesson when I was putting stuff together. I reformatted the USB drive thinking something was wrong, first and foremost, when I got the flash drive to run my 3D printer with. I accidentally deleted a file that I actually needed to use and didn't think about until how many weeks? Several weeks later, let's just put it that, like several weeks later. Okay. So long for technobabble speak. I have to shorten up the technobabble speech is I found out I have been completely overexposing my 3D prints, which means that stuff that needs to slip, like let's say I take that bust of Robin that I did, which no one sees because both those prints are technically failures. She's got a certain key peg where you know, the statue sits on top of the bust piece, or it sits on top of the pedestal. The statue and the pedestal do not work together. Those pieces will not come together. The reason being is shrinkage. So when the resin cures, it shrinks, and so I found out the hard way, and I've been literally taking weeks. It's taken me well over a week to realize that, oh, I finally got my exposure prints to finally work. Yeah, I am learning. This is true. But yeah, what I learned the hard way was I somehow had removed the exposure test file that is specifically written for my particular machine to run exposure tests. Essentially, for layman's terms, it's how long the resin gets zapped so it kind of like hardens and creates the shape. So the factory settings for me was, I looked at the factory settings for a long time believing that's how it was. So they were asking for like 3 seconds per zap for layers to harden. Mine, because of probably where I'm at and everything, no, that's not what I needed. I needed about 1.6 seconds of zap time every layer, which is a little over half, or at least like a little under half, almost half, yeah. Because I did the one, it technically would have worked at 1.5. I just bumped it up to like 1.6. So the amount of exposure time was almost completely obliterated in half, and my brain had like exploded. And I was just like, what the fuck? I was just like, what? I felt really foolish, but I also had like the biggest explosion in my brain. You know how that meme is where that guy's got that big old wow. That one, if you've seen that meme, you kind of know it. It's in like several edited things. Yeah, that's how I felt. But I was also like really crazy giddy when I realized it's like, oh my god, this was the reason why I was failing so badly. So I quite literally, after I realized that the test worked, I took hold of a ratio figurine print, the Adult Swim Brain Blast. Yeah, I think that's where you get it from. But yeah, I've seen that used in like several editing things. But yeah, it's like I think it's the Adult Swim one. That whoa kind of thing. I don't know how to recreate it that way. But yeah, so when I realized it, I took my Dr. Ratio figurine piece that I put together, and I put it in the printer for it to run, and I was very happy that the results ended up being that the pieces fit together. I was half tempted to give up for a little bit until I realized that it wasn't I thought it was like maybe the vat or the filter that wasn't working. So I bought some extra material, and then I did that, but then I also realized, oh my god, my exposure test was never fully done. So I've literally been overexposing my prints for like the longest time for the last several weeks I've been trying. So slight user error on my end, but I learned a lot. But yeah, I was tempted to like give up for a little while, like just kind of stop for a few weeks. But I'm kind of, in the end, I'm glad I didn't. And I think that's what's crazy is I can get like a little hard on myself whenever something creative doesn't work very well. So I'm happy that the results ended up being as they were, and it was literally just, I was a bit silly with my machine because it was really hard. I think the reason why I was struggling so badly because there was so many tutorials for a particular machine, and I could barely find anything that worked for mine, and I was just like, oh dear god, how do I do this? I kept trying. I looked for every source imaginable until I literally found one from a user that I'm not fully fond of, but I was just like, oh, yeah, that checks. That really checked out, and I was just like, I'm so happy I am happy I found it, and I'm happy I didn't give up, because I was literally about ready to ride on the I am going to do this until I can't anymore kind of bus. Like, I was going to, I don't like using this term directly, but I was about ready to freaking raw dog until the results came through. Yeah, sometimes people don't post about it. Sometimes people only will post like for certain machines. like for my particular machine, which is the Anycubic Photon Mono M5S version, I've seen so many with the Elegoo, and I'm just like, but I want this one for my machine, because I know my machine work is like completely different from these other ones. And I'm just like curled up in a corner, like half crying, because it's just like, I can't find anything for my machine. Ah! Yeah, like I said, I stumbled upon it and I was just like, oh my god. I finally found out the reason why I was screwing up so badly. And when I ran the calibration test, I was really happy to realize that, yeah, it was a partial user error. Because I finally got my exposure test to work, because I have tried it, but it never worked. But when I tried it for this, the way that I was shown, I was like, oh, that's so much better now. And everything came out, everything worked great. I was very, very happy. And now I've become a mad scientist. So, yeah, that Dr. Ratio figure that I have finished, semi-finished, I only got his like torso and his pants. I got his torso and legs printed out. I'm gonna be experimenting with making him bigger. And I'm gonna see how the results end up, because I might end up painting with things that are like a lot bigger than what the original STL intended for. Even though it's perfectly fine, most STLs are usually very, very quality enough that expanding them up to a certain percentage and still keeps all the detail. But I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm gonna have fun with this now. I mean, I'm excited because I want to make him big. I want to make him big. I want to make him big, and I want to make sure that these pieces can be like printed out, scaled up evenly, and still work together. Yeah, yeah. I essentially pulled a Dr. You're Huge, and my brain was just like, I have so much fun with that meme now. Yes, it's gonna be a complete Dr. You're Huge, because if I show it on camera, I will show you guys the original scale of the Dr. Ratio that I found, and then I'll show the bigger one in my brain, and you guys will see like, oh yeah, he got bigger. I'll probably post a picture about that when I can find a decent like little photo spot. I'll probably take like a little like a scale ratio. At life size torso you want is gonna cost a lot. I'm not gonna be that crazy yet. I haven't reached that level of Crazy Town yet. Although I would love that, like that. I would love that 3-foot Herta doll to death. Well, they say life size, but she was like 3 foot. Yeah. Okay, so speaking of this, Moonlight Jewel makes all these resin ball jointed dolls. And when the Herta came out, she was sponsored by Hoyoverse for Honkai Star Rail. And she made a 3-foot version of the Herta. And I'm just like back here like, oh my god, having a 3-foot tall the Herta would be so cool. I saw the creative process and I'm just like, oh my god, that looks so good. It was like a 1 2/3. Yeah, it was just big. It was just like really, really big. I get my STL figures from a website. That's the one to face show. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, so I was kind of surfing where I got the STL for Dr. Ratio. They have a mighty one. They have a mighty one on his throne. And that gets my creative juices going, because I am like vehemently tempted to get some transparent resin and printing out his throne in like those very red crystals. Eh? Eh? Ooh. That was a Baldur's Gauntlet face shot. Oh, I have to look that one up. But yeah, there are some artists who go very crazy with Honkai Star Rail stuff. There are some people who are just like extremely talented when it comes to like. You guys have seen Hoyo Fair, I'm assuming. You guys know how good animators are. I still forever love name checks out. Hang on one second. My eye is just like driving me nuts. But I will say Hoyo Fair is one of my favorite times because so many animators go nuts. Your party makes a crazy figure. Speaking of figurines, Good Smile technically has an Aventurine, Nendo, and my brain cell wants it so badly. But it's like, I can't. I love the look of it, but I can't get it. I'd rather get the Dr. Ratio plushie to go with my Aventurine one. So cute. Get a marshmallow. But yeah. What I was saying about the Hoyo Fair, Fortune Rado Fortune is always like my favorite animation. I am extremely biased, but I do remember I remember the raccoon song. That was funny. That I had a good chuckle about that. But for Rado Fortuna has always been like my favorite one because, or Fortune, I don't know how to pronounce it. I am probably butchering it. But yeah, I love that one to death because I think it's such a good animation, and I kind of hope that it gets like at least a small sequel. Because I want it to be a sequel to like okay, I think I might be the only one who's probably seen this, at least in this side of the community. It's the there was like an AU version of Albedo. They were in this kind of very cyberpunky universe, and at first it started as like a one-off. I don't know. Hang on, can I look that up? Can I look up that title real fast? Hang on. I'm not gonna click on anything. I'm just gonna grab a tab and I'm gonna open it up on the other end. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna be a smart cookie. I'm gonna be a smart cookie and I'm gonna look it up. I don't watch it that often, but it's like, it's one that kind of got me. Oh, poor Albedo catching strays. Genshin Albedo, yeah. Hang on. Like, is there a... It's called Progenitor. It's a very well animated series that I think was originally released to go to Hoyo Fair. And then it got like some extra, like, it's a fan animation and it got like a little bit of extra sequel to it. If you look it up with like Albedo Cyberpunk AU, you should be able to find it. Poor Albedo. You haven't seen him on banner in a while. Wasn't Goro like gone longer and then he was not welcomed back with as much fanfare as Kabe was? Love it was a blender. Ooh, really? It was blender. Nice. Oh, that's cute. Oh, I remember watching the Secret Spy one. Oh my god, wait. I remember watching this Super Spy one where Kaya was in it, and I know Al Hytham was too. I think Al Hytham actually got shot at the end of that one, and his fate was like left question marked at like on the very end. I think I can't remember it fully, but you know, I just thought it was really cool. Like I said, long story short, I love Hoyo Fair. I love Hoyo Fair, and I love every animator that puts a lot of hard work into like little animations like that. I love seeing animatics. I love seeing people who go crazy. Yeah, that's one of. Ooh, fancy. But yeah, everyone works so hard, and it kind of shows like the more a very big creative side of the Hoyoverse community, and I'm glad that we still get to see that. Because dear God, do I get so much drama stuff on my side, and I'm just like I'm trying to keep my feeds drama free, but of course, you know. I'm trying to keep my YouTube feeds free of that stuff, but it's just like it's so obnoxious. Because it's like, yeah, here's your favorite thing. Oh wait, here's a thing that shows the entire area is burning down. I know I wasn't supposed to talk about drama, but it's like one of those. I know I'm not really supposed to talk about drama. It's just like one of those moments of just like the algorithm is a complex creature, and I'm just like, why do you do this to me? Yeah, I need to like really start feeding it to be like, don't show me stuff like this. Show me the positive side of things. I had a brain fart. I was gonna talk about something and I completely zoned out. I think that's all my Honkai Star Rail talk. Bloodborne. You're getting Bloodborne lore videos. You know, more amazed people are still pumping out videos. I think it just depends. Okay, I'm going to say this, even though I love certain PokeTubers. There's a reason why I sort of came to a bit of a stop at the moment when it comes to like my Pokemon shiny hunting. Because for those that didn't know, I would always like shiny hunt like every single Monday. I kind of had that realization that how are PokeTubers keeping their channels still fresh? It's like I didn't aim to become a PokeTuber or anything. I wasn't aiming for that. I was just shiny hunting because it was fun and it was something for me to do. But I'm just kind of like, I kind of had that like as a little sit back and realize like there are some where like it works, but it's just like, how are some of these Pokemon channels still alive? Because like 90% of them, at least from my personal perspective, due to my algorithm and everything, sometimes I will just get these weird like theory videos and I'm just like, what? Your guys are still theorizing about this stuff for like how long? Like, it's okay for a theory every once in a while, but it feels like they go ham. Because I know ZA is definitely on its way out, and I'm excited for ZA to do so. Okay, I can fully admit I just like shiny hunting for the fun of it, because when I stream it, you guys get to see me be very excited. Plus, you guys also keep me company while I do so. So that's my only main hype for shiny hunting. It always feels like I did a really good job. So whenever I used to shiny hunt over here, it was just kind of like it was almost kind of like a sit and chill kind of day. And it was kind of like my version of Minecrafting. It was just kind of chill. We just go hunting and we just have a nice like little time. That's for me. That's a me personally thing. It's fun because it feels like you worked hard to find it. Because sometimes some of those hunts can, I know sometimes those hunts can end up being like extremely dry. And then you suddenly have like a winning spell for a while, then it's back to being a dry spell all over again. So it's just kind of like one of those things. It's just exhilaration. Although when you're kind of going after the same ones, it kind of does kind of drag a little. Yeah. That's me. I think the reason why I also stopped with it is because it's like it wasn't fun for a little while. So I'm hoping that when ZA comes out, I'm excited to play that because I want to re-experience shiny hunting and I want to do it with everybody else again. Well, but yeah, I want to experience Pokemon shiny hunting in the new ZA because I want to see if they bring back the sound effect that made me go. I still remember in Arceus where I was like, oh, mine, and I literally Skyrimmed up a cliffside just to go get it. We'll have shiny hunting race. I think that's the other reason I couldn't do it is because I was already so far ahead in Scarlet and Violet. I was just like, I want to get people to join me, but I can't. Because I technically would have an advantage via the shiny charm, and I'm just like, I can't, like, because that's the one thing, if I was to do that, I just want to make sure that we would be all on the same page. Because I would feel bad that I would have, like, an acute advantage. So maybe if I get a couple of more people for ZA, maybe we can do some shiny hunt races. I think I could probably at least drag Terrence into it. I can at the very minimum go and see if I can drag Terrence into it. And maybe Crook too. Maybe I can get Crook and Terrence. That's a good idea. I'll put that in the old think tank. Do I plan on hunting or does it matter? For me, it doesn't really matter. It just depends on what I'm feeling for that week. I already have my shiny Furfrou. I'm not gonna really worry about that if I can, but the problem is I'm not sure if home is going to be access to ZA right away, so I might have to go and fetch a new one. But first and foremost, shiny hunting is not going to be immediate in ZA. When that game comes out, we're just gonna play it. We're gonna play through the story mode. I'm not gonna put too many concerns on shiny hunting. If a shiny appears, it happens, blah, 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 blah. And that's my intention for the next game that's gonna come out. But yeah, if I can talk Terrence into it and maybe Crook too, once they finish up the story mode and everything, we can probably I think I can probably talk them into a collab of that. That'll be a fun like little collab that we can set up. It'll give me a reason to get some time on my card. This little notification, what am I getting notified about? Oh, it doesn't. My turn. Yeah. I don't know what that was. Anyway, I got distracted by my Discord. Sorry. I got distracted by Discord. Oi. That was like a moment. That was like a squirrel. That was like me looking at a squirrel going, ooh, pretty. Goodness me. I hope at some point I start knuckling down and I can actually like get Persona 5, by the way. I know this is like a weird random tangent, but I've been dying to play Persona 5 Royal for a while because I love Persona 5 and I'm just like, I haven't played it. I need to play it. I know it's essentially original Persona 5 just with like a different coat of paint, but my brain is just like, I need to play it. I must play it. I've been itching to play Persona 5 at some point because I can actually, like, believe it or not, I can actually stick like several hours of a stream into Persona 5. You can relive the game. Yeah, I think it's been long enough. I just need to find a good time to get it. I do need to get a good time to get it. Anyway, okay. What was I talking about? I was talking about Persona 5. I kind of like went on that random tangent for a brief second. Sorry, no. How much is it on sale for? Anyways, one sec. I have my Steam up. Let me just let me look at it, because it's supposed to. When's that sale supposed to end? Oh, I might not be able to get that right away unless I pay for it like tonight. How's stream going? It's going good. We're just sitting here chatting and vibing. Ooh. I might have to do a purchase. I might have to do an impulse purchase tonight. We'll have to see. It's like Higurashi when they cry. It's always frequently going on sale. God, Higurashi would be a heck of a game to play, but it's like I do not want to voice act alone for that. I would have to grab like somebody. I would have to grab like a couple of others, and you know, scheduling all that would be a pain. Scheduling a lot of like voice actors for a stream like that would be. So I'm like, nah. Yeah. I think the visual novel is a little bit better with it. I think the visual novel handled better than the anime did. But yeah, scheduling. Yeah, scheduling is always like gonna be the bane. It is again. It's like a going CAs for stream more at 11. Yeah, plus time zones. There's the schedule, and then there's the time zones, and then there's trying to figure out, okay, how long are you guys gonna be able to be here to be here, or blah 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 blah. Who's the most prominent voice who's needed for this day, yada yada yada. But because Higurashi involves like all the characters, at least a fair amount, it's like, oh, I would have to have all the girls on standby for that. I would have to have like all of them on standby for that, which is difficult. Anyway. I have like a little bit of water. Let me get a little drink. Greenie, you good out there in the yard? Also, so and so, it's your turn. Pay attention. Yeah, that's always hard too. That's yeah. Like I said, that would be very. It would be very fun, but it would be very difficult to get people maneuvered. So wait, hang on. Before I go too deep down, I'm probably about to go into my D&D rabbit hole, but I forgot to say this earlier. The dice showed up. Someone had gotten me like some dice from my throne wish list, and I was mildly concerned that it wasn't going to show up because for whatever reason the original seller had like all of their stuff became unavailable like all at once, literally the day after. But I'm just here to let you know that the dice did end up showing up. They are very pretty. They are very much sharp-edged dice, and they came in this like little case, and it's really cute. I was mildly worried because it's like I didn't want to like let somebody down, and I still wish I knew who it was so I could thank them properly, but it was just very, very nice of them. Send me out some new dice. And I added more onto my wish list. That problem a few times, yeah. I think like I said, the last time I had like a huge thing, which I was really excited for, but it never showed up. I don't know if it was just because the seller on certain websites had stopped it. But it was originally I was originally supposed to have a Go XLR because Yu was really nice and got one for me for my birthday, because I was just Bobby's streamer back then and it was my birthday, and Yu was really nice to send to. Yu essentially funded like a lot of my startup streamer stuff. And I'm very grateful. I was just really disappointed that the Go XLR never ended up showing up, and they were asking, hey, do you want us to just forward the money into your account? Or I was like, no, send that money back. Give the money back to Yu. He deserves that money back. If there was anything, is like, at least let him have that much funding back. I was not gonna play around with that. I was just like, no, here, let him have that back. I was gonna feel awful. It's like, no, refund him. Do not give it to me. I felt bad, but you know, I think I did the very right thing, and just like I sent him the refund, because it's just like, that's a lot of money. I'm very thankful, but it's like, if it doesn't show up, it's like, if you spend that much, it's like, no, you get your stuff back. But yeah, that was my biggest like one upset moment about Throne. Everything else has been actually like really smooth. And I added more dice. I added much more dice to my thing, because I am starting to devolve into a little bit of a dice goblin now. Even though I am not playing a game with an actual tabletop, I like some of the dice that I found, and I'm just like, oh, those are pretty. So much dice. That's usually how it starts. Yeah, it is. I have, speaking of dice, I got this one, I think, for my birthday once. It's the Caduceus Clay dice from Critical Role Campaign 2. And the D20 has a little mushroom on it. Ooh, beanbag chair full of dice. My dream is to evolve to a dice dragon. I want to fill a beanbag chair with dice. Ugh. Just don't try and sit on that, because I think that would hurt, especially if you have like a little sharp-edged one that's poking out. I got my Caduceus Clay Critical Role dice that are hanging on. It's still in the leather pouch, and I did unwrap it. I did look at them for a little while. I just like the way they look. They're very pretty. I like them. Oh, well. What can I talk about with D&D stuff? I've been listening to a lot of D&D horror stories. And part of me is like extraordinarily tempted to read, but I am very tempted. I've gone down a rabbit hole of horror stories. I found this really nice channel called Tales. Oh, is it Tales Tomorrow? Oh, I can tell you about my character. Yeah, I can tell you about her. Let me finish this. Let me finish up this thought real fast, and I can go back. Anyway. I'm tempted to. I've been listening to Tales Tomorrow, and that's TO space MORROW, and they've been like, they do the Reddit RPG horror stories, and part of me is like tempted to do a reading of some myself, but also me is like, I might need someone to help read with these with me, because I don't know if I'll have half the stomach for some of this stuff. Some of this stuff can get really bad and really unnerving. I have heard so many, and my brain is just like, oh my god. Surprisingly, that did not turn me off from Dungeons and Dragons at all. Just like, but I would probably need someone to. I would need someone to like find me like 10 of them if I was to read them. I might do it like a members only stream. And I would have to have someone like get me 10 D&D horror stories off of the Reddit. Or I can do a TTRPG horror story from on like a marshmallow or something. Like if I've got fans, if I've got people in the community who do TTRPGs and they have like a share of horror stories, I could open up a marshmallow and do that. That'd be kind of like that'd be a fun way to share experiences without hopefully devolving into some Reddit territory. Although if I was to actually like go full to Reddit, yeah, I'm just gonna be like, someone get me like 10 of these, and then I'll just kind of like read through them, but I probably need some company. Anyway. Okay. So, talking about D&D, because I am on that kick, which if anyone who doesn't remember last week, I was really excited because I feel like I'm going to do a stream at some point where I'm going to grab Bubba and we are going to be doing a D&D character creation list for some Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact characters. We're gonna grab a couple and then we're going to get players of Yumi? I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, the ideas are kind of like, these are just like stream ideas for now, but yeah. I want to grab Bubba here, who's got like the most amount of D&D experience, and we're going to be doing some Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact characters. Just right now, scheduling is a bit of a pain. We're trying to find the right time because he was going to be perfectly available last Saturday, but I had a D&D session that day. But I'm excited because I am foaming at the mouth because I like the idea of creating these character sheets for characters. Like Aventurine. Yes, I'm gonna submit Bubba to the torture of, you are sticking with me for my Aventurine fangirling. You're not going anywhere. But yeah. Speaking of characters, let me tell you, I'm going to give you guys a very, very small nutshell version of my current character in my campaign that I am currently in. I am not going to give you the backstory on her because I don't want my DM, who might be, I don't know if my DM or any of my partners or any of our players or other PCs are going to be like vibing in here. And I'm just like, I'm going to keep the backstory a secret. I'm keeping that close to my chest. But so I can tell you guys my previous experiences with D&D characters. A long time ago, I vaguely recall making a sorceress who did not last very long, and this was like, I think that was like a 3.5 edition. And I had no idea. I was kind of like pulled into a game and I was just like, what do I do? And it didn't last very long. I don't remember a lot of the first one. And the second time around, I had that same sorceress character. Now this one I have a very, very supreme memory of. My character was somehow with a group, and we were in a pit of basilisks, and she got petrified within like a round. And I was to say I was a bit upset. Yeah, that was a bit of an upsetting moment. Then I had a tiefling bard who didn't get. I did have a tiefling bard, but the session didn't go anywhere past like the first one. So I have made for this current one, as I was kind of like slightly coaxed and encouraged to step in and play. I created a artificer. I say artificer 90% of the time. Artificer is another term. I hear it pronounced both ways. I know that artificer. See, I'm doing it again. I'm literally pronouncing it one way, and then I'm probably gonna pronounce it the other way. Artificers are not like probably not the most like beginner friendly, but my DM has had like a lot of patience with me about it. Artificer is advanced, yeah. But I was kind of like, I'm curious about this, and so I was just like, okay, I'll do this. And I'm not overwhelmed yet. I have like a lot of creative stuff I can do. Excuse me. The fun part about her is that she is an air genasi. She's an air genasi artificer. See? I'm gonna stumble around with that. Who has like a big penchant for glass blowing. She's got like glass forming, glass blowing as like a hobby. And it's one of my favorite, it's like one of my favorite little quirks for her. She's got like a little glass, like a glass sculpting hobby. But she's also got like some background with being in forges and metalwork. She's literally kind of like essentially she apprenticed in a lot of stuff. That's all I could say about that without delving too deep into her backstory. Maybe if she has a death, I will probably give you guys the full rundown on her backstory. But she's a very much, I would probably call her a homebody. I think at most I can probably say she does not like being anywhere near, or at least blending in. Oh no. But yeah, the artificer that I have, she's very much a shy individual, so I guess there's like a little part of me that's inside is socially anxious and absolutely hates being in like the presence of higher class for a particular reason I'm not gonna get into. She's not a huge fan. She's not a huge fan. And so I can I'll try and divulge what I can. My memory is not the best, and I don't want to like completely go nuts and spoil the entire, completely spoil the entire campaign, even though it's like impossible to spoil because it's not like I'm the DM or anything. I can kind of give a small highlight. So the campaign I'm currently running in is with a few friends, and we're on this particular island, and we are brand new to it. We're searching for like a lot of stuff, so it's very much a slow burn so far. And we went into this really, really ritzy. Is Blue Sapphire trying to make the light bulb? Oh no. Don't ask. But yeah, we went to this like really high-end entertainment district. And I don't mean entertainment like in a not safe for work way. It's like just pure like music entertainment kind of thing. And I wanted to clarify that because I don't want that taken out of context. But yeah, so we essentially ran into some nobility, and I had a particular intimidation check that came up, or I think it was a con save, but either way, it was intimidation. I cursed for my character to be intimidated is what I'm trying to say. And she failed miserably, and I'm just like, you know what? This tracks. She's uncomfortable where she is currently at. She is highly, highly uncomfortable. She's just like, yep, She's just highly uncomfortable, so she's like mentally checked out right now. My poor Genasi is like currently like mentally checked out because that's where we kind of like there was the other, we split the party for a brief bit, so the other party was doing their stuff, and she's just like, and lights on, but nobody's home currently. I haven't gotten it, but I have had some fun, and I've had like a lot of experience with her. And honestly, excuse me, once I got comfortable with it, I started to realize just how addicting D&D can be. Because each time we were about ready to wrap up a session, my brain is just like, no, one more hour, come on. I'm becoming the addict. I didn't realize it become so addicting, but it's just like, I'm just like clawing at the floor, like, one more hour, because I know we're not going to be seeing each other again for like at least a couple of weeks. And I'm just like, wah. It's like I'm having way too much fun. I'm just like, is it 3 times a weekend just to act? Oh no. But yeah, it's like and I think it's also been like a really big learning experience, because you guys know that I am not the most talkative person when it comes to... At first I was that guy who thought this is for nerds and then played it. Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna have as much fun as I have been, but I've been having like a blast. And I think I like slow burn starts, because I know the starting stuff is always going to be an extremely slow burn, because I like the starting point because it's like, it's really slow, it's kind of like nicely paced, but it's not like we're spending 4 hours doing one person's grocery list. I promise it's not like that, but it's like, there were some people who were getting the information that they needed, and that was good. But yeah, I won't be able to play for at least another week after this one, which is like, I want, although the RNG was not in my favor. So funny thing, that's refreshing because my experience comes from internet kids who go. Yeah, I like a slow burn adventure. I'm okay if there's like a moment. I think it's because I'm just so chill. I will just like sit back and I will vibe, especially like if you guys are just doing like a small like mini shopping trip. I'm just gonna, if I'm not involved, I will sit back and I will wait my turn. I will just kind of have like a little giggle here and there. But yeah, it's been a big learning experience for me as a person, because socially I am very, very bad with like talking to people. And this has been like one of those big experiences where I'm like, I need to talk to my DM. I need to learn how to talk to him. And then, especially with running Artificer and being essentially a newbie player, I have to like really, really talk to him about certain things. Like, I was given a particular, we were given free gold, we were given gold, and we were given options to purchase some items. I have a particular item that, it's a particular set of pigments that I can use, and I have 3 uses of them currently, and I had to ask my DMs, like, so what happens when I completely run out of these? And he essentially told me, like, because of your character, I was given, he gave me a shopping list of items, and I took that with me. This was like session 0. He was giving us like an option to do some like small item shopping, and I saw that on the list, and I was just like, oh yeah, I'm taking that with me. I'm taking that with me. That is up her alley. I will take that with me. I paid like the decent amount of gold for it, and I was just like, okay, I will take that with me. It was on his list, and I was just like, okay, I'll take those. And my DM essentially gave me permission to be like, So if you run out of the pigments, because now this is a DM ruling. I'm assuming this is mostly a DM ruling. He essentially told me if you run out of these, I will give you express permission to use them again. Well, not use them again. I will give you express permission to recreate some new ones. So that way I can essentially have like more charges. Which I think is a fun little tidbit. As it was technically rated as a consumable, and I would think that if I wasn't in the class that I am, I would have probably been like, oh, I am completely out of these. Or I would have had to have paid a pretty penny for the refills. I just thought it was a fun thing to take with her. It's just like, you know, she's a very... Her brain goes with a very creative process. Yeah, it's also like Artificer, so why the hell not? Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited. I'll share this particular bit because it was something that kind of came to mind, and I'm not going to disclose what it was, but I was asking about making an item, and he's like, at this current moment, no, you can't. We will discuss this later on. I am going to say, though, it would be very, very boom boom. I'm being as vague as possible. Because I don't want like any of my other I don't want my other players to kind of come in here and wonder what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, I was just checking to see where my music went. I didn't realize we hopped over to Zelda and Chill. Oh, what I was talking about wasn't gunpowder. It was something else entirely. If I get express permission and I get to use it, I will talk about that when I get to it, but I cannot right now. Because I'm going to be a very good person, and I'm going to keep some I am keeping cards close to my chest because I'm excited for these little things. I am learning as I'm going to, all at the same time. But yeah, I have grown addicted. My brain is just like, I want to play, I want to play, I want to play. It like makes me half tempted to grab those solo ventures just to play a character for a little while. Like maybe I'll get my old tiefling bard and do like one of those solo ventures where I don't really need a DM or anything. But there's like some of those solo venture modules or something that are available online that I can play. Having a blast. There's also that. I'd have to like do some thinking. But yeah. Long story short, my personal experience is that so far I've had like a lot of fun and I'm very excited to continue it. I'm very excited to continue it. Oh wait, hang on, that'd be a fun stream where we just kind of do a Chat GPT like one shot. That would be kind of an interesting one. I usually don't fully do Chat GPT stuff, but you know, if we doing just like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign or like just like a small one shot would be a little bit funny, just to see what happens. But yeah, that would be a fun. That would kind of be just it's not hurting anybody. It would just be a funny like teehee. That we would just make that as like a funny teehee stream. But yeah, let's see. Let's see. Let me think. Oh yeah, hang on. There is actually a funny bit. Oh, but the chest out comes Tiamat. That would be explosive. That would be hilarious, actually. That would be funny. Oh, there is a particular I have a vague memory that there is a browser source thing that actually has a digital DM. I think I might need to look back into that. That would be interesting because I think there was an interesting thing that's very similar. We could probably run with that and see what happens. Yeah, I can do that. I can look in on that again. I think I haven't touched that one in ages. Ooh. But yeah, I'd have to look in on that one and see if that's still around, if that's still a thing. Because I remember I was trying to get D&D fixes by myself because I was just like, I don't like going near groups. I'm very anti-groupy. So, okay. I do have a funny story when it comes to my Air Genasi, very briefly. I'm rolling this back again. So, I had her roll for just some casual perception checks. You know, to like look around the area and everything like that. I got a natural 1 when I was kind of investigating around a forge area or something because I was like I was a bit embarrassed and I was a little nervous. I got a natural 1 on that. Also, I rolled perception to see because I was trying to do something for a creative narrative purpose. I got a nat 1 again. I got 2 nat 1s on perceptions on 2 different days. Just to casually look around. We were shocked. I was actually really sad. I was just like, what the fuck? It wasn't even my dice to toss. It was literally the roll 20 dice. I was just like, how? That's just mean. All she wanted to do was look for some flowers in this big residential district. She was just investigating just to look for some like flowers in this really high-end district. She just wanted to find something for her creative endeavors. And she just couldn't. She was too overwhelmed. I was just like, how does this happen twice? But of course, when it actually matters, she rolled a 17. My poor baby. She rolled a 17. The moment that it's like, yeah, this perception check matters. I'm just like, okay, that's fair. She kind of like locked in on that one. I was just like, ah, no. Oh, well. The dice are what they are, as they say. Excuse me. Goodness sake. Hello. But yeah, those are my little D&D stories. I haven't gotten fully into watching The Crown of Candy. I'm still trying to get like, I need to make time and actually like settle down and watch that. I've been like literally going between Fool's Gold Sands from Dingo Doodles. I've been trying to watch the rest of Campaign 3, and I also need Crown of Candy to finish watching. I have Oxen Venture I still need to watch. There's so many D&D campaigns I want to watch. There's another one that they do like a Curse of Strahd hardcore, but unfortunately that is also locked behind Membies, so I was like, oh great, I can't watch that by myself. Pan will forever be my favorite character from Dimension 20. Oh, that's cute. I still need to finish Crown of Candy. I think there's like only like what, 14 episodes, so that's give or take like 16-ish hours. The Curse of Strahd Los Angeles version. I've also been trying to watch the Baldur's Gate 3 voice actors play D&D as well, because I do like Neil Newburn playing. Is it Newborn? I think so. My brain cannot remember. All I know is his first name is Neil. I'm sorry. Avarice is gonna kill me because I like watching the voice actors. I like it when the voice actors play D&D. I have so many I want to watch. Yeah, this new one popped up on my recommended feeds, and I'm just like, ooh, I want to watch that because I think this is funny. Because they're playing it like via Discord and online and stuff. And I'm just like, ooh, let me turn that on. It's like behind Membies, and I'm just like, but I might do what I did with the with Dimension 20, and I might purchase another membership. I might purchase another Memby just to watch these. The problem I have with membership stuff, God, close shop, have it. Yeah, no worries. Have a good time. So I don't know what it is, and I don't know if it's like something that they added. But yeah, like I said, membership content for some reason, even though I have the YouTube premium stuff on, I still cannot like turn my phone off and let the membership play on its own on my phone. And just like let my screen go black, but oh well. So that would have to be like a stick at home kind of thing. Because otherwise I'd be listening to that stuff and just having a lot too much fun. So besides the fact that I want to, oh yeah, yeah, it's crazy how the system works. Oh yeah, because I was talking earlier about like the whole thing with the Hoyoverse characters and D&D sheets. I'm going to call this now because I don't know how often Bubba and I are going to do it I am tempted for a little bit of a stream series for it. But part of me is screaming that Mighty, our lovely king of Kremnoans, I have a gut feeling that Mighty would fit a barbarian class to a T. I think Mighty would fit barbarian. I could be completely incorrect, but and this is just me going off the top of my head. I have not done any barbarian classes or anything like that. But I only hear about like what's been available to me. But I think Mighty being a barbarian would be actually very thematic, and I don't know if barbarians go in with unarmed and just like being completely fisticuffs, but that would fit Mighty, I think. It was a thought that popped in my head earlier. It's like, oh, he would be perfect for this. He would fit this class so well. I was half tempted to suggest maybe a few levels in maybe Oathbreaker Paladin, but I think that might be a bit of a stretch. Because he's not like edgy, but he's also like, I don't know if he's very Paladin-esque. I think he would be just like full-on barbarian if I can make an understanding of like everything else. It's kind of like the Aventurine being a swashbuckler rogue. It's like that is like his class. That is where Aventurine would fit without like any shadow of a doubt. Okay, hang on a second. I'm gonna drag him inside now. Hang on. It's always so strange just seeing him just kind of vibing in the background. Hey, buddy. Whoop. Oh, you need up on the desk. Here you go. There you go. I had to let Yippee Shireen back inside. Yippee! Oh, I'm just excited. I am excited for I'm excited for that stream when Bubba and I are able to align our schedules, because the D&D character sheet thing is something I genuinely want to try and do again. Because I do know that creating those character sheets based around characters that are existent is kind of a normal thing. But I would love to break the new ground and be like, let's do it with these characters that have not been touched yet. And I'm just like, oh, that's perfect. Oh, that is Sorceress breaking new ground in streaming. Heck yeah. Even though I'm not like that. I am not that kind of sorceress, I swear. I am just your lovely, silly streamer who just loves to play silly things and play like a lot of story-driven games and be very comfy. I am a partial content creator, but I am also just here to chill and vibe with everybody. I'm just a silly sorceress who likes to play video games. Who likes to play video games, who has started to slowly open up and be a little bit more verbal with her fangirling tendencies. I still remember when we did Honkai Star Rail, and when we played Honkai Star Rail, when we started doing Penacony for the first time, I remember being very, very excited, and I fangirled over Aventurine for like 20 minutes before continuing the story. I literally fangirled over him for like 20 minutes, and I was just really happy. I just like the way Camden portrays a Aventurine. He makes me happy. Oh god. Speaking, okay, I'm going back to Honkai Star Rail talk now. I think. Funny thing, I saw a video about like, I'm not going to repeat it verbatim. I am not going to repeat it verbatim at all. But there was like a whole video that I saw about what your Honkai Star Rail character says about you, and I kind of like fast forwarded over to the Aventurine part, and I'm just like, oh. I am not repeating what was said on that one, because that one kind of melted my brain. I would not even like send that to my worst enemy. I was like, oh, okay. I kind of clicked off of it after that, but it's just like, it was funny for a second, then it's like, oh yeah, that might not be very that one might not be very pleasant to listen to. I think because it was like a lot of it was like very over exaggerated and satirical, and I was just like, okay, yep. There's probably more tame ones out there, but that was one of my experiences when I saw it. I was like, oh, okay. Smackety, smackety you. Yeah. It was slightly uncomfortable. It was just like, oh, okay. I might also, like, as a content thing, I might look into at some point. I'm still wanting to look into doing stuff on Blender, but I want to do it when I'm able. And there's like so many creative things I want to do. Because I still have those hand cams I want to do. I want those hand cams, I want to do this, I want to do that. There's so much content that I actually want to do. And like painting my 3D printed models is definitely on the up there scale that I definitely want to do. I just need to make time to get the model printed, and then I want to like finish post-process work and then we paint it. because that would make it a little bit easier. I would do like a post process. I would have it all primed up and ready to go, and we can just like sit, we paint, we talk. There is another thing I probably want to get before I do that, because when I have hand cam, I won't have access to this. I won't have full access to this, the little wiggle waggles. So I might have to find a new PNG format of me, and then I can work from there. I'm excited. I really want to do that, and I still need to get my... I have so many things. I have like so many goals I want to do. And one of my biggest... I was actually feeling a little stressed recently. Not bad stress. It was just kind of like, I have so much that I want to do and get done that I have a hard time keeping things organized. If that makes sense. I have a hard time keeping a lot of stuff organized in my little brain space. When it comes to anything creatively done, I'm like, there's always so much. One of my bigger creative projects is, besides the hand cams, is to get the dragons that I have with my my army paint palette set up. I only finished like a handful of colors. I've only gotten like 4 or 5 done painted out for my palette out of, I'm going to say, I think the box came with 102, but I don't know if you count the stabilizer as a paint or like the glazes. I don't know if I'm ever going to be using those. Unless I get like really, really into some of the bases that some of these characters have, that maybe I might do some additional work. But like, that's asking a lot. That's asking a lot. Cause there is like the there's like the ooze stuff. It was kind of like a glaze or something. I don't know if those will ever be useful, or it's like a wash or something. I forgot how it works. But I don't know if I'm ever going to be using those. I also came to realize there's also a whole bunch of stuff. There's like a whole bunch of stuff that I need to get for painting this. This entire endeavor about learning on 3D prints has been a big journey, and also a big journey of realizing I have a lot of stuff I need to get just so I can continue this process. Like, I need this, I need that, and then I realized 2 weeks later, oh, this might be helpful. Like, I need so many more accessories than I realized I needed. That's like, oh wow, there's so much here. Ugh. There's just like so much. So much. I was going to look something up and now I completely forgot what it was. I was bound to like look something up and I forgot what it was. I know I haven't. Let me go look at my Steam. I don't know. Poppy Playtime, like, Poppy Playtime up to chapter 4 is officially out. I am still thinking about what to do about Halloween. I know Halloween's not for like several months. Let's see. Oh, I don't have it in my library, silly me. I have like a whole, I still need to like get a whole bunch of, I have to get that eventually. Because now Poppy Playtime is going to be on my list of games to play for Halloween. I still need to get like a whole list of Halloween-y spooky games, and I am probably going to revisit Cabin Factory. And maybe then I will stop being a little baby. maybe then I'll stop being like a little baby about it. Because I still remember Cabin Factory. It was A, not working properly the first time, and B, I was genuinely spooked with it. I might revisit it during Halloween, but I'm not so sure. I still don't know what to do about my birthday either. My birthday is in a shorter time. It's like, what is it? It's... hang on. 5 months. My birthday's in about a little over 5 months, and my brain is just like, oh, I need to do something for my birthday too. Because I want to do something a little bit bigger and a little bit more interesting for my birthday. And I still haven't decided what I want to do yet. I might do, because of my scheduling, I might do a countdown stream very briefly. I might do a small countdown stream at midnight for me, and then we do something fun. We'd like do like a little countdown stream, and then we go the next day and we have the big ol' celebration. I think that'd be a fun thing to do. I need to like figure out games, because I think I want to actually, for my birthday this year, I want to actually get people together, and then we can just settle down and we actually like play games. Oh my god, Zephyr actually doing a full collab with more people and not just like shiny hunting off my Pokemon Violet, because I'm a little antisocial sometimes. My throat is getting like a little weird today. I don't know what's going on. Like my throat is feeling a little strange. Oh, excuse me. Goodness. Excuse me. A little eepy there. Yeah. I had this funny idea that kind of occurred to me, because it was just kind of like one of those silly Zephyr thoughts where everyone knows I have my throat up publicly, so it's kind of like, if you guys want to send something, that's the safest way to do so. I also had like this very, very silly idea, and I don't know if it's ever gonna happen, but like I said this is like kind of like more of a one-off thing, that if I was to be given something that was like an art commission, I literally told some people, it's like, yeah, if you guys do an art commission for me, this just kind of feeds into my Honkai Star Rail addiction as well. Just like put me between like Ratio and Aventurine, and just like having like little fluffy, cute birthday card kind of look to it. I think that'd be really adorable. Yeah. Just like nothing in the romantic sense. It's just be like just something that's cute. Because I like those two characters from Honkai, and they make me very happy. But that's of course I'm not saying that's what I want. It's just like, it's just a silly little process in my brain where it's just like, that would be a cute thing if someone was to ever do that for me. Outside of other things, which are a lot more expensive, but I'm not, of course, this is not me begging for anything. I am prefacing that out. This is not me begging for anything. This is just me being a silly sorceress and like speaking off the top of her head. Excuse me, hang on. I think the most expensive thing... Man, my nose is stuffy. The most expensive thing would be like a VR chat model. I don't know why. I thought there would be like maybe a day where you do some weird... like... some... I don't know why the VR chat model thing came up. I was just like, that would kind of be a funny tee-hee to do every once in a while, but I don't think I have VR equipment. I don't even have VR equipment. It wouldn't be useful. But just like having some streams like one day where it's just like we're doing some weird stuff and we have the VR chat models up. I don't know. That's just a silly, again, silly sorceress thoughts. Don't mind her in the corner. Also, Rena, you look a little tiny. Can you get bigger? There it goes. He is now staring into the void of your souls forever. You guys are here forever. That's what that 1,000-yard stare is for. Into the void. Into the void it goes. I love my weird little creature that was like a one-off joke as an art stream one day, and then just slowly he literally became such a comfort object. I think I pulled him out like as a comfort object. I think it was for after Cabin Factory. We literally pulled him out as a comfort object, and I was just like, okay, he is officially now my comfort bit. And that comfort bit eventually turned into absolute meme territory. I'll still never forget that day. Because I didn't even know Aventurine was out. I didn't even know Aventurine as the character. And then I was just like, you know what? For a funny tee-hee, I'll literally make him as like this little memeable yippee bug. And I'm just like, oh, yep. He's here forever now. He's here to stay. He's here to stay until there comes a day where the mascot needs to eventually be ready and sitting here. He is unfortunately not permanent. He will be here as some memes and some jokes. If there ever comes a day I actually have a mascot. He's here for jokes mainly. And he's just kind of there just to kind of help fill in the space a little bit. I really need to get like a whole entire new room. I need to like talk to some artistic renovators because I think I'm getting ready to be like, I need to find a new room. This is nice and all, but I think I need to find something a little bit less feels like I am streaming from a closet. I feel like I'm streaming in a records room, and even though the window is completely open, it's just like it feels like it's one of those things. I feel like I'm streaming from like an entire like other side. Just a matter of figuring out like who to talk to and when. Because the case of when is always the difficult part. I still want to talk about emotes with people, but I'm going to save those I think I'm saving that for more of a... I'm going to save that for when if and when the celebration day comes and we're able to have emotes, because I want to have people's complete inclusion in this. About when we talk about emotes and whatnot for membies and everything. Shift up a little bit. There we go. I realized I was just kind of like chilling back here, and kind of like I was still a little low on the ground. I think the Book of Bonk is definitely like one of those emotes I want, but I think I'm not gonna go too in depth until after everything is ready. I think it's probably for the best. I feel like I need to get a spray bottle one though, because I think people are gonna want... I'm debating, I think I'm debating on a spray bottle one, because I think when I start getting thirsty, everyone's gonna be like, no, down, no, bad. Bad sorceress, don't do that. That would be cute. There's a whole bunch of stuff I need to do. I am also just like a heavy procrastinator. That would be a funny one, yeah. That's essentially just telling me to cool down, dude. Stop thirsting over this character. We've heard enough. Free. Ah. That would be a funny one. I'm probably not gonna go into full depth conversation about this, but yeah, it's one of those cases of it's on my mind, and I'm very, very bad at forward planning, if I'm honest. I'm very, very bad with forward planning on a lot of stuff. Because a lot of my stuff that I do, I literally spur on at the last minute, and I'm just like, okay, there's no fanfare to it, just releasing it. Let's see, is she even... Because the problem is, there's like one particular person I wanted to talk to, but I don't know if their stuff is open. One sec. Have her things saved? I do. Yeah. Her status is still unfortunately closed. I'm gonna have to look in on something else. Now that I've kind of like rambled so much, I'm like almost out of topics to talk about. And I don't want to wrap it up too soon right now, but it's one of those moments where it's just like, I ran out of things to talk to. Talk about words, Zephyr, use them. Because a lot of stuff is like, a lot of content has already been discussed. And there are some ideas in the works. Oh my goodness. I don't know, I think it's also because of the weather. I'm getting a little eepy. I'm trying to like keep awake for at least another little bit because I don't want to leave you guys off at like an hour and 45 minutes. That's just not fair. Oh, let's see. I definitely want to do some... I don't know, I'd have to... You should go rest? Yeah, I know I should. But I'll stay awake for a bit longer. And it's like not even that late. It's just like for whatever reason. I think it's just because of the weather and the day. It's like eepy. It's like little eepy, little sleepies. But I'm okay. I'm awake. I'm awake enough that is. I still want to see... I will still want to watch Wicked as well. I still need to like prepare a date for that watch along because I also need to figure out how to do the timer. I still need to like to figure out the timer for that because it's like this. It's like the what is it? What's the timer called? It's the speedrun timer, as I like to call it. I forgot what it's called, but it's like that would be a fun. That'd be like to watch Wicked with everybody. I want to do that watch along at some point. My watch along is definitely like on the list of things to do. The D&D character sheets are on the list of things to do. I think I need a day where I think I need to like figure out a nice like stream day where I was gonna say where we just drink, where I just like sit down, we drink and we chat for a little while, like a late night. I don't want to be so I don't want to be that loosey goosey. I still have that karaoke I need to do too. It's like not even for like the 1.2K. It's literally because I've been putting it off. I've been like, I remember being so gung-ho and being like, yeah, I'm gonna do this karaoke, and then I backed off a bit from it because I've been consumed by my Zelda and I've been consumed by other streams, and then D&D came along. Oh boy, I am a disorganized mess. I am a disorganized mess. Someone save this sorceress from her chaos. Someone save the sorceress from her chaos. She is unhinged. The sorceress isn't unhinged, everybody. Yeah, I'm aware. Jesus. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was checking my emails. Beep, beep, beep. That was something new. I wish I could. I literally speak about all my fun stuff at the very beginning. Other than how I'm just like so very much like off the cuff during games. I'm like more of like on the level when it comes to games. Oh. Okay. I actually have a thing now. Okay, I have a thing. I has a thing. I has a thing that I wish I was able to show you guys, but I didn't think about it at the time. Because I did it earlier this morning. I am going to go back into my Honkai Star Rail, yip, so buckle up. So, remember when I did the Awu firm? I think that was last week. Yeah, I did the Awu firm last week, and I realized that the boss form Aventurine was on the Apocalyptic Shadow. I'm going to say this. Aglaya really tears that boss to shreds. Put Aglaya with the Remembrance Trailblazer. Aglaya with the Remembrance Trailblazer, and put Sunday in there. What do you do when your gachas go down maintenance? Normally by the time they go on maintenance, it's like a Tuesday night. So, usually when my to be fair though, Honkai Star Rail is my only gacha game that I play and put funding into sometimes. But yeah, because the maintenance happens on a Tuesday, I'm usually pretty chill. Like yesterday, I don't think it really went down for maintenance because Mighty was just like a simple quick shift. Bunch of banners. But like Tuesday when I was going through and I was updating my 3D model of, I was making my Dr. Ratio figure like bigger. I spent like a good portion of the night on that. And I also like, I do find things to do to like spend my time. I do find things to do. I find things to do. I listen to YouTube. I do a lot of fun stuff. I really should like do my downtime and do my big old palette of dragons that I still need to work on. But I think I need to get more like filament to make more dragons. I need more filament to make more dragons in order to finish off the palette. Because there's a lot. But no, I'm just I find some odds and ends to do. Sometimes it's just like a chill day. I'm not as addicted as it sounds, but it's just like it's one of those moments. I usually find something to do. But yeah, I did my Apocalyptic Shadow I did Apocalyptic Shadow at least for the first half this morning. Yeah. Aglaya with Sunday and Remembrance Trailblazer completely ripped that entire thing to shreds, and I'm tempted to just grab Gallagher for extra heals and be like, okay, you know what? Let those four handle it. Keep Aventurine in on the other team, and then Aventurine keeps everybody shielded, and then they can go at the monkey robot that's on the Apocalyptic Shadow today. Or for the next few weeks. As I think that's probably gonna be my thing. I've at least made attempts. I have made a few attempts at Apocalyptic Shadow. Apocalyptic Shadow and Pure Fiction are like the two modes that I have the hardest time with. I have a hard time with those particular end game content pieces. Mostly because I'm like, I think I have a hard time with them because I don't have good team comps for it. I don't have proper team composition for something like that, even though I think I almost did the Pure Fiction one once. God. Also, just for everyone's sanity, I will unfortunately not be doing Love in Deep Space. As fun as that would be, I don't want my channel. I don't want to risk my channel because there are some scenes in there from what I have seen, from what I have witnessed, that are extremely spicy, and it like not to the complete not safe for work, but they are just like spicy and it makes me hot under the collar sometimes. It's just like, oh my. So sadly, as much as probably people are probably wondering about it, no, there's unfortunately not going to be any Love in Deep Space on this. Unless I have like an eye tracker, which are very, very expensive. Eye trackers are very expensive pieces of equipment, but that would be kind of funny. I need to find like a fun gold game at some point though. I need to find a fun gold game to play, something that's like completely out of my comfort zone and just being like, oh yeah, you reached 3K, let's have you play this. We'll subject you to this kind of torment. And I don't know what to do with that. It's just like, oh yay, submitting to torment, yay, my favorite. I wonder if I can, ooh, maybe I should do some like, not itch. I should probably look for some stuff on itch.io too, because there's some fun like little fan games on there too. Actually, let me pull something up here. Do we have any fun itch.io games? There's some fun thing. I've seen like itch.io has some like fun like little things. I'm curious. I'm actually gonna explore that right now. I'm actually looking that up right now. It's like, because I know that that's cute. I know that someone did a fan game where it was essentially an otome where you were dating Dunhung. You were going on a date with Dunhung, and I'm just like, oh, that's so cute. I'm still waiting for the Touchstar visual novel to come out, if I'm honest. I'm been literally just chilling here waiting for Touchstar to come out, and it's like, God, oh God, I feel like that entire, I don't know, was that released? Like the Kickstarter trail, hang on, when was Touchstar originally? Did they ever send a release date? Oh wow, the original so the release of the prologue got released about 2 years ago now, and I've just been like, where is it? I want to really go into like the really gritty and dark visual novel, and it's like, it's been on my wish list for a while. It's like, I want to see that game so bad, because the characters are interesting, the world is like dark, and it's just like, I want to have that kind of be a thing. I have been trying to do more like slightly darker side visual novels, because I think those are very interesting things to look at, because slightly darker visual novels as a narrative is something that's just really, really interesting. I'm not trying to find like completely disgusting and gory or anything, but like just darker themes, you know? Just something with a little bit of a slightly darker twist. Oh, I was talking about Touch Starved. The original like prologue chapter they got released like 2 years ago now, and I've been like sitting on pins and needles. Hello, he's okay. But yeah, I've been What format is it? It's it should be on it's like on Steam, but the full release is not available yet. Because it's been underneath the to be announced for a while. Yeah, visual novel. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a visual novel. No, well, I mean, if the visual novel could almost look like a comic if you looked at it properly. Also, I was talking about earlier on Honkai Star Rail for those who missed it, because I do have a... Hang on. Anyway. Yeah, it kind of looks like... It almost kind of has that, like, very webtoon-esque character portrait thing. But yeah. And for those who don't know, for my lovely Honkai Star Rail fans, I was literally yapping earlier about, the visual novels are really good, and it's like... I've been trying to look on Steam for some fun ones to play. There is the House of Fata Morgana, but I've already listened to some other VTuber play that. So it wouldn't be very, like, the twists and turns for the House of Fata Morgana might not be surprising for anybody else. Well, it might not be for me. But, like, a lot of the fun ones I see is, like, I want a good one that's, like... But, like, some of the artwork is, like, a little rough around the edges. Anyway. Play a lot of JP ones. Yeah, that's cute. There is one I wanted to play. Oh, wait. I think I might have a visual novel that's available that on my wish list that I can actually play. Let's see. Don't I have one? Let's see. Night in the Woods is fun. Night in the Woods is like more of a nostalgia trip than anything. There is Dandelion, Wishes Brought to You. I think Midnight actually... Oop, I want to accidentally play that. That would have been bad if the audio played for that. I might do Dandelion or something, because that at least looks semi-interesting. I tried to play Nekopada for the Catboy Cafe, but I got traumatized. I got traumatized by the Nekopada Catboy Cafe. I got extremely traumatized by that. I was like, okay, so what I did, for those who weren't aware, back in my PNG tuber days, I played Nekopada, the Catboy Cafe one, because I thought, okay, this will be fine. I let the Wheel of Fate spin to choose who I was going to do as the quote unquote the route. I got the white-haired one whose name escapes me. It was, I can't remember it fully because my brain cannot remember it. And there was like a scene and my brain was just like, the Zephyr.exe literally failed after a little bit. I was like, nope, okay. No, it was like half curled up and I was just like, why is this happening? It wasn't even a bad scene. It was just really, really awkward. It was kind of like that awkward version of traumatizing. It was just that very awkward version of trauma. It was just like, yep, that was great. I'm gonna go away now. Yeah, I like blue screened for a little bit. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I was partially traumatized by Nekopada. So I am trying to find like other visual novels to play. Things that have like a very good narrative. Maybe if there's some Otome in there, that's fine, but it's like I want to find some like good ones with like a bit more of a story. And I kind of like the idea. I'm sorry, I am that one person who is just like, give me my dating boys. Give me my dating boys, but give me like, give me a good story to go with it. Ooh, interesting. Ooh, interesting. I could probably look it up later too. I'm still like, I'm like a little eepy. I'm still like, I'm a little bit mad. I still completely forgot about the Mighty Pulls. Oh, the Somnium File. Oh, it was, oh, the Somnium Files. I remember that. I could probably go back and listen to that, go back and play that. It's been a while since I last did it. It can be really silly, goofy. There's a couple of those. Ooh, nice. I'll have to look at that because I know AI the Somnium Files had like a sequel and I never saw it played. So I could probably do that because AI the Somnium Files is really interesting. I could probably do that. I'll add that on my list of games because you know me, I never tire of having story-based games on this channel. Even if they can become a little bit long-winded, because that's why I compile almost all the story ones into a playlist. So that way people can like listen or watch them at any time of day. That's why I will always say VOD gangs and lurkers are usually very valid. Oh, the remake of Fate Stay Night? Oh. Oh, I forgot Fate Stay Night was actually also a visual novel, too. That's cute. I think I only know, like, I actually don't know the lore of Fate Stay Night, and I have a feeling that if I was to listen to someone read it out, it would be like... I have a feeling that if I was to listen to somebody, I would have to like literally sit down and have someone like teach me the Fate Stay Night lore, but that would be a conversation for another day. I still have Day with Death I need to work on too. Umineko. Umineko is also when I was talking about Higurashi when they cry, but it's like if I want to do Higurashi, I want to do Higurashi with other VAs, and I kind of had that I wanted to do that with some of the other girls that I know just because it'd be fun, but the problem is like to get all of them to come around to help me voice is like very much a very difficult process. Like I would love to have a few people that I know who would play unhinged characters, but unfortunately trying to manage the flock of familiars is really difficult. Umineko, I think I've seen. I'm tempted for Umineko, but Umineko is also one of those games that would require several hours. several hours to get through. But I will have to see. We'll have to see. There's a lot of fun ones out there. Excuse me. Taylor's complicated, not really once you get the basics, but still. I see. I hope everyone's been having a good Wednesday night so far. Everything's been kind of like, this is why I like these little chill nights. I know I was kind of like ran out of things to talk about. because not a lot's happened in these last 2 weeks other than my 3D printing journey and everything. And figuring out that Aglaya is absolutely terrifying against boss form Aventurine currently in Apocalyptic Shadow. Okay. So, I have a confession. The next time you see me playing Honkai Star Rail, I am going to say this now. I'm going to bite the bullet, and I'm going to do the level cap, the equilibrium levels to max. I think it is time. I think it is time that Zephyr stops procrastinating on that, and she does it. Oh, I forgot to pull for Chibi. It's okay. Yep. We're gonna go waist deep in it now. I think it's finally time that I start pulling myself up on my bootstraps. Oh yeah, go grind for Naxa. That's why I'm putting Mighty off until next week, even though it was completely by accident. I'm going to grind for his materials because I need his materials. I need his materials for his traces. I need this, that, and the other. And I'm also trying to get a link rope and everything for him too. Trying to get a link rope and orb for him. Basically, you need him. Yeah. I want to see if he destroys the monkey nanorobot in the Apocalyptic Shadow. I'm blatantly curious if he will like absolutely out DPS Welt. But yeah, I'm gonna do some like hardcore grinding or something. I'll do some hardcore grinding on Honkai Star Rail, I think. This whole entire week that I've got time off, with the exception of Saturday morning and Friday evening. Make sure to take advantage of any double events they run. Oh yeah. Plan to. I missed out on, I believe, oh wow. I'm probably tired if I am doing that kind of speaking. Yeah, relic farming is gonna be crazy. Yeah. We're gonna... I can't talk anymore. What I was trying to say was, I think when they had a previous event, I was kind of like taking a bit of a hard break from Honkai with only going in and doing like doing the story stuff with you guys. And then I kind of stopped, and then I just kind of like let it sit. I think I'm about ready. I think I'm hitting my stride where I'm just like, okay, it's time for me to go back and actually do all the grinding so I can have level 80 characters, and I can kind of hope, and I can get Aventurine to have his big shields that build up with his follow-up attacks, which means he and Herta on a team is going to be fantastic again. Yeah. I'm hitting my re-stride, so that'll be great. And once Mighty's on the team, it'll be very interesting. Mighty's not gonna be on my full team, but it'll be very interesting to have him available to me. Oh my goodness. Oh, I really do sound a little tired today. I sound like I'm actually really winded. But you know, pray for luck in that, in the stat gamba. Yeah, the stat gamba is always the hard part, isn't it? Stat gamba is like harder than the actual gamba itself. Yeah, it's always the stat gamba. It's never like the other gamba. It's the stat one that hurts, because they put defense in the one person, in the people who don't need the defense. Aventurine needs the defense. Why does they send defense to everybody else? Yeah. Yeah, I am probably at the best. I am of the mental nature of, okay, we'll just do it the best we can and then we just move on. I don't dig too deep into it. I just like I pull the best I can and then just move forward. If I need to improve it, I'll improve it as I go, but it's just like, yeah, if this is tangible and works enough, I'm gonna go. Double crit relic, everything goes to break. Oh. Yeah, I get the defense percentage where they need other things and they get defense, and Aventurine's just sitting here in the corner like, where's that was supposed to be my stat, what the Aventurine's light cone, yes, I do. I got his light cone on first day. Well, first day when I was doing that big Aventurine stream. I wanted his light cone to go with him. There was no way I was letting that go. I was not letting that one go. I guess I got lucky because all I never deleted old relics. I had a billion defense sitting around. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I probably sound like a guy, but I probably am gonna have to like wrap up and go decompress and like lay in bed early tonight. Of course, you get the opposite of what you want. This is also true. I love these streams. I know I kind of like sit and I yap, and sometimes my yaps get tapered off. But I do enjoy like these like small yap stream sessions because I always have like a lot of fun just sitting down and just having conversations with everybody. I'm not gonna get crazy sentimental, and I brought this up last time too. Because I swear, all it took was literally playing Cabin Factory and freaking myself out and realizing how much sitting here and having conversations with everybody meant. There it goes. Just gonna make sure that the I love that epiphany that literally showed up that day. It was unexpected, but it was very much a needed thing. Because when I sat down, played Cabin Factory, got myself too spooked, and I sat down and had conversations with everybody, I was just like, I've been missing the usual VTuber thing, and that's just sitting down and like just chatting for a little while. So that's why I decided to make this as bi-weekly as possible. That day mark the day of the yappening. Yes. The yappening has begun, and you guys cannot escape. You guys are trapped now. You don't want to disappoint the Yippee, do you? You don't want to disappoint the Yippee Aventurine, do you? No, you don't. Here you go, buddy. Okay. But yeah. I'm having a blast. I just feel bad that that sometimes I run out of the steam of the conversations until someone brings something back up and I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is good. I do have fun with everybody. Although I think I am probably like running low on steam today, so I'm probably like gonna wrap up. I'm getting eepy. Zephyr needs to actually go and eep. Go to eep. Yes, I must go to eep. I am sleepy. Let me see. Is there anyone available that I can drop you guys off to? You little crazy familiars who I am scared to leave alone during my break away for the weekend, which I'm probably pretty sure you guys are gonna destroy the house and probably cause Moida. Let's see. Do I have someone I can drop you guys off to? 2 minutes here. Let's see if there's anyone of note that I can drop you guys off to. At the for the new guy's name. Yeah. Oh wait. Nah, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright. I couldn't really find many people. I'm gonna wrap up and I'm gonna go bed. I probably sound like I'm super duper sleepy. I'm probably hitting that. Yeah, I'm feeling that. It's like I am feeling that moment. Thanks everybody for coming out today. Just know that I appreciate everyone when they do pop over here. I'm going to go hop off to bed early and then I'm going to hopefully have a good rest, and I will catch you guys on Saturday when I will be hanging out playing Ocarina of Time again. And also, if you're around Avarice or Yumiko's channel, don't forget that I am also we're probably going to be doing Baldur's Gate 3, I believe. So, but yeah, I'll catch everybody later, okay? Excuse me. Have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye! 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 Bye. Have a good night. Bye-bye.